Just tickets. It may not be Jurassic Park, but you'll encounter live animals and see thousands of reptiles and exotic animals. Again, that's
Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 25 minutes before 11 o'clock, and it's Friday, so that must mean that Jessi Miller is in the studio, and there she is, right there with Summer Gill, and this is Ocala Magazine Radio, so we're going to find out what's going on in the magazine, what's going on in Ocala. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. We were taking a selfie.
So how you doing, both of you?
We're good. We're very good.
Good to see you, Summer.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you got some fun stuff going on. Are we kissing a horse?
No. We're talking about FAFO today.
Oh, FAFO.
Yeah. Today we're talking about FAFO, which is right around the corner.
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Oh my gosh! Wow.
So, we ran an article. I mean, of course, and some other ads and some other articles, but this last article that we ran, Beyond the Classroom, had to do with the education, the kids, that and the art teachers that encourage them, and the kids that enter in, and all of those displays for all of the schools and everything.
Yeah.
It's, I think, like Summer just said, she goes, it's really how you get introduced to FAFO. I mean, I guess as a kid, even. I mean,
think so,
or as
yeah.
a parent,
Yeah.
it's an intro straight in there, and it means a lot to a lot of kids, and a lot of people. So
Sure. I remember it was last year, maybe 2 years ago. I was looking at some of the children's art, and I said, "Hey, that's my niece." I recognized somebody I knew, And then later on, I saw her at the event, and she was so excited to know that I saw her picture.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I can remember coming here to the mall because at one point they used to have all the pieces here.
Oh,
and as a little girl, I would come and make my family come and look at the piece of art and see if I won anything, which I didn't, but that's okay. I'm not the artist in the family. But it was so exciting, and it just felt so fulfilling and neat to see your artwork on display.
Yeah, it's really real. It's like you've got a gallery show or something. It's just to have it up on display makes it really real.
And in a way, that same feeling is when you put somebody in the magazine and they see themselves in the magazine. That's kind of that same feeling, isn't it?
It's special, right?
Yeah.
I think there's nothing like being in print, even now with all the social media and how easy it is to get your picture everywhere and be TikTok famous and this and that. It's extra special to
TikTok famous.
To be Are you TikTok famous?
No.
You're probably not on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but I know about TikTok. I was just watch the things.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like the new Vine, only it's not, but I think it is, because it's these really short videos, and Vine used to be the 6-second videos, and they just were nonsensical. There's a lot of nonsensical. TikTok is where I think they lip sync. It's about music, but then it turns out that people just make any video and put it in there of any kind whatsoever.
Is that what you would be doing if you weren't doing what you do? Would you be doing music?
Oh, that's funny. No. But I'm just such a huge, music is clearly, it runs through us. It's part of our life. It motivates. It does everything. It's just everything. So obviously I love music. I love to be around it, and I admire the people that know it, but I don't think I have any talent in that area. So I'm just a major appreciator and promoter and things like that of music. But,
So we had a young man come in here between segments this morning, and he didn't know what we were. He said, "Hey, how do you get your music on the radio?" And I said, "Well, this is a talk show." I said, "But we'd love to have you in the studio to talk about your music," because I assumed he was. Anyway, long story short, I've invited him in, and I think Robin just booked him, right?
Yeah. November 6th, he'll be in.
Right on. That's the guy that just waved at us as he went by.
Yes, he's such a nice fellow. He's so happy.
That's great. That's great.
Awesome.
So tell me what you're doing, Summer. What would you be doing if you weren't doing what you're doing? What would have been your other road less taken?
Oh, goodness. I am doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
What if you didn't? What
if I didn't? Probably politics.
Politics?
Oh. Yeah.
As a candidate or behind the scenes?
Probably a little bit of both.
Really?
Yeah.
That could still happen for you.
Yeah, maybe. Someday. I've been asked a couple of times by people to run.
Any office?
Mayor Gill?
That was come up sometimes. Mayor, city council, although I would have to dethrone my neighbors. I don't think that would work. But I don't know. I just really love Ocala, so I would like to see. I like to be a part of making a change in it and
I can see
helping
that
it grow.
still happening for you.
Yeah, maybe someday.
It's not so far-fetched.
Yeah. We'll see.
I mean, you're very active in the community, both of you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a behind the scenes person.
Making decisions about how to spend money, though.
But
Yeah, it's
sure, spending money.
spending money, spending money in the right places,
raising money,
raising
spending
money, making a difference, helping people out. That's really what we try to do, and creating, art. You create art, which I think is very therapeutic and helps people kind of find themselves, which is what life is about, right?
I like what you're doing with the creating art as a performance, so that people, because we didn't have that once upon a time, and now you're starting to see more of it, and you're
Like
kind
when
of
I'm painting out
spearheading it.
live
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, because people
Yeah,
watching
cool.
that is a
Sure.
form of entertainment.
Absolutely, yeah. People like that. It's fun. Yeah. And FAFO, so that's what we're here at Fine Arts for Ocala and the art show that's coming up. But FAFO raises a lot of money and then gives it. Also, they also do behind the scenes stuff besides just the art show. So, for example, Magnolia Art Exchange, which I'm currently president of, and which is just now opening up. We've got the artists in the studios, and we're going to have a grand opening. Anyway, FAFO gave a giant chunk of money to help us. They partnered up with us to get that to get
Nice.
the stores open.
Nice.
So it's maybe little known because they have the art show or the Symphony Under the Stars, but they're also doing a lot with their money.
Yeah, we're low key about it, but we do a lot, and we just believe in helping artists discover who they are. And so the events that we do, like the Arts Festival and Symphony of the Stars, allows us to be able to do that and to help places like Magnolia Art Exchange to help teachers get more training, art training and things like that. So, not only I think are they great community activities, the Arts Festival is literally my favorite event in town. But I think it also really helps people find themselves and get associated with art that they haven't.
So why is it your favorite event? What is it about that event?
It always falls near my birthday. So my parents would always take me and help me find a gift. And so it was always like, okay, you can get this print or you can get this thing. And it was just, that was always a part of my life. My dad was on the board at one point. And it's just been something that's always been a big huge thing in my life. I love the atmosphere. I love that we have all this beautiful art. It makes me feel like Ocala is moving in a direction that's forward moving, and we're accepting new things, and it's just such a wonderful feeling. And now, since it's been downtown, I just feel like it enlivens the community, and everybody loves
Yeah.
it. I mean, it's been around. This is the 53rd
It's wonderful
year.
for the town, yeah. What about in your home? What dictates the art that goes on your walls? Does your bedroom have different art, for example, than your living room? And
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, in my home, it's a lot of stuff that my dad used to have in his office, which he got at the Arts Festival. And then I like a lot of color, so it's a lot of pieces with color. Actually, one of them is Jessi's that my best friend gave me. And, it's just full of life, and it speaks to me. I don't know that if it speaks to other people, but I don't care. I think sometimes my boyfriend's like, I don't really understand this, and I'm like, I don't care. I love it. So
yeah.
it speaks to me and makes me feel something. So that's what's important.
So are all the artists set in place right now, or do you have any open spaces for artists?
We are completely full, and I think it's about 175 artists, all from across the country, and it's all the musical acts are booked, all the student acts are booked,
Nice.
and everything's ready to go right now.
And are you utilizing the area behind the city hall for the musical acts, and also the gazebo, or how is that going to work?
Yes, so the Citizen Circle will be used for the student acts, and the gazebo is in charge of all the professional acts and all that jazz. So we've got all of the talent at the gazebo is local.
the area that we can do stuff like that has increased so much. It looks so nice now
Yeah.
in areas that, used to be blighted somewhat.
Yeah.
Like, what did they just do? Bank Street? What do you call
Yeah,
it?
Bank
Oh,
Street.
yeah.
just
Doesn't that look
opened.
nice?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
beautiful.
Have you been inside?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Great.
What is it? It's like a bar? Or what is it?
It's like a bar. It's a restaurant. It's
Bar
a
and
lot of
restaurant?
art. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
Murals.
outdoor or indoor?
Yeah.
Both?
Yeah.
Both? I wasn't sure. I haven't gone in past that gate yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen photos by Mr. Jernigan, and it's very, very outstanding. Stephen Lopez performed there last night, and
Oh, did he?
very wonderful venue.
Yeah, it's super cool. Ocala's-
Very elegant,
Ocala's
no
growing.
food trucks, nothing like that. It's a very elegant
Right,
venue.
right.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with food trucks.
No.
No. And we do have food trucks at the festival.
Oh,
too.
good.
So you can get any variety that you like there.
Right along there, Citizen Circle, that area, yeah.
And sprinkled throughout
Okay.
downtown, because as downtown grows, we end up growing as well with the festival. So we're in all different streets, and we have food trucks out places. We have beer and wine out
You
there.
can drink on the street.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So we're the only one, or maybe one of a few events that you're allowed to carry your beer and wine.
Oh,
around.
really?
Do you have porta potties? Is
We
there going to be
do.
a porta potty
Oh,
station?
absolutely.
Asking the valuable questions.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, very.
Absolutely. We definitely have that. And restaurants are open at the time, so you can always go into one of those and
That's
enjoy
nice.
food. And
Yeah.
it's just a really vibrant atmosphere that happens downtown. And I know that all the artists, when they come to us, say it's one of their favorites that they do, because we're so kind, and Ocala is so kind. The only thing they wish is more people would buy more art. But don't we all want
Always,
that as artists?
yeah.
Buy more art.
Do
buy
you
more
allow
art.
pets? Do you allow pets?
We do. That's my mom's favorite thing now is to see all the pets. And I actually brought my puppy last year, and it was extremely difficult to get around because everybody kept stopping to love on him. But
Every time I see the Humane Society set up or whatever, I always want to get one.
yes.
I always want to take one home. They just,
They're so
I'm a sucker. I'm a
life-changing.
sucker for it. Oh, I know.
They're so
I know.
life-changing.
I'm just at that point where better not.
And this is a juried show. Do you have a committee of people to vote? Or do you have
do.
one person that votes, or?
We have a committee, and they go around, and you can actually see them on Saturday going around. They have like a little thing that says jury, that you can see, that the crowd can see, and they go and they jury all of the art, and then all of the artists who win receive cash prizes. So it's a pretty exciting thing. They love to do that, and just artists are always struggling, so it's always a way to say thank you for your amazing work. And
FAFSA
Yeah.
buys some paintings.
yes.
And then they have, if you're in the collector circle, you get some, what is it called?
FAFSA
FAFSA
bucks.
bucks. And so there's some money towards buying some art that people who contribute, can do that and then add their money to it if they want or whatever. So they really try to promote some art being bought, because that's
Okay.
really the name of the game.
Do you have some in the show?
I don't. I've never even tried to get into FAFO. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. Having one of those booths and being totally set up, it's like kind of having a storefront. You've really got to have all
I
the
know.
different price points and prints made, because if you only have a few expensive paintings, then, that's not encouraging for people to buy stuff at all the different prices. So you've got to have a lot of merchandise, and you have to sit there with it. You kind of don't want to even go pee. You know what I mean? And you have to have good amounts of promotional materials too, like business cards and brochures and so that people, if they don't buy it then, they can still. Anyway, it's like having a little store, and it's a lot of work. And I've just never made art my full time. As much as I do art, it's just never been my full time gig. And that's really, like I said, there's a lot that goes into it. Even just having a trailer to carry all your art there, and having the tent itself has to be yours.
Yeah.
If it rains, it's got to be a good tent. So I mean, it's a production to
We
just be one
accident-
artist in one of these shows.
We
right?
accidentally stumbled on the one in Cedar Key one year, and oh my gosh, it was just so wonderful.
Yeah, it's
and what
fabulous.
you're describing is right. It's oh my gosh, there's a lot of work in each one of those 10 by 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just coming and hanging a few things or whatever. So anyway, I've just never, invested in it fully as a business. So
It is hard. I mean,
I love painting, but when I had the studio, that was as close as I came. But then even that is easier. The walls are already there, and you just can hang things up. Really having to bring your own walls, it was just more than I ever got into.
Well, you do have
artists-
criteria, though, right? I mean, when
for
you do
sure.
have an artist, the artist has to take pictures of their setup
Correct, yeah.
and minutely tell you what they have and everything. So you do turn people away.
Oh, for sure. About 350 apply every year to be in it. And there are a bunch of criteria in each category. So like jewelry is one that I've judged before because I get a lot of my jewelry from
Oh, really?
It's like my thing. And so, you go in and you look at it and you see, is it like what everybody else has?
Right.
Is it really handmade? There's a lot of real questions that go into, is this something that we want in the festival? And then they're picked, and then they're ranked, and it's this whole process that happens with a whole committee, and then at the event there's a whole different jury.
And for
So
prizes.
I have a left field question. Going to not put you on the spot, but if we had all the artists in one room and we said, what is your biggest wish that would change? And they all said, we wish we could sell more, but there's one or two artists that say, no, we sell plenty. Now, if we were to ask those artists, what do you do differently? What do you think the answer is? How do the ones who sell make a difference? Is it different art? Do they have those little $5 pieces? Because I always thought, I wonder if that's the secret.
A lot of it, I think, is price point. So our featured artist this year, Michelle, I think she sells really incredibly, not just in our show, but in lots of shows. And I think part of it is that she's unique. She is able to reach a number of different age groups with her art, and it can go in a number of different types of places. And then she has all the price points. So I work, I'm in the nonprofit field, so I don't make anything. So I can buy some of her prints, but then I know people who can buy some of her originals. So she's able to sell on a lot of different levels, to a lot of different areas and different types of people. And that, I feel like, is what probably makes you the most successful.
It's interesting, yeah. And all the different price points, that kind of, especially if you like the art and you can't afford the originals or whatever.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
a print for a few dollars is always
Or even
the way to go.
smaller pieces. I mean, I've bought smaller originals. Yeah, I'm an artist, so I don't have a lot of money for arts either.
You also have a section with the Marion County students and also for the children
Right.
to showcase their art that their art teachers recommended.
Yes. It is such a fun section to go into because, for me, a lot of my friends have kids, so I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so-and-so's kids, and you're so amazed by their talent. I am not that talented, and so to see little kids and little ones or even teenagers just developing this extreme talent is really amazing, and to watch how excited they are when their family is there and they're like, this is my piece, and it's on display. It is the best feeling in the world to see that. So, and one of the things that we do is we purchase some of their art and we give it to the sponsors as a thank you for their sponsorship, because it's just such a wonderful way of saying thank you to both a student who finally has their first piece sold and to a sponsor who has helped us create a beautiful event.
This year, there's going to be an emerging artist. And
Yes.
we're gonna run a page on that person when they get there. Yeah, so there's gonna be
So it's somebody, our emerging artist is somebody, it's sponsored by the Midget Foundation. And
The Midget
The
Foundation.
Midget, Lisa and David, who are amazing.
What?
Visions.
They are amazing stewards of this community. It's especially in the art.
Yeah.
They are
I haven't seen them.
just amazing.
Would I know them by sight? Are they tiny?
You
Lisa.
might, yeah, you might know Lisa.
How tall is she?
my height.
Yeah, regular,
Red hair.
yeah.
Little?
Sweet,
My height?
sweet.
Okay.
I don't know
I mean-
anything.
I mean, does the name reflect the size?
No,
Okay.
no.
See, in my case, it does.
So the emerging artists, the qualifications were that they could not have done an art show before. They had, basically they're a newbie to the art world and to the art show and art festival world. And so this is their first chance to create an area and have art for sale and showcase what they've been working on. So it's a neat, different thing that we're doing, and we're pretty excited about it.
Is that
That is
person
exciting.
selected now already? already?
We have 5. There's 5, and then there will be an artist that's picked out of that one.
And there'll be a committee that
It's the
chooses
same
that
committee
also.
that
Oh,
goes
that's
through
good,
for
yeah.
the jury. Yeah.
I like when a lot of people are voting on a certain, thing, and makes it a lot fair all the way around.
Somebody new to the area, they're just listening or just finding out about the FAFO event. What do they need to know? Is the parking easy? Is there a fee? There's no fee, right?
No
Just
fee.
the
No
parking.
fee.
So the parking, is that an issue?
Well, people in Ocala always think the parking's an issue, but it's not.
right,
There's
right.
a ton of parking downtown. You just have to maybe walk a couple blocks. And so, you just look around to see where there's parking. There's a lot of signs. We have a lot of volunteers who help us with that, so just asking if you need to. We also have handicap parking. There's VIP parking. So
How do you get VIP parking?
you have to be a sponsor or be in collector's circle, and you can always go on the FAFO website too, and that's FAFO, to find out about that information. But there's always parking, and there's also a map that's on the website, so you can look to see where there's parking on there. And then just walk and roam around, bring some money, bring your credit card. Most of the folks take credit cards or debit cards, and spend your day there, because it's really beautiful. There's something to do throughout the whole day. If you just want to chill out and have a glass of wine and watch, Olivia or Miranda sing, you can do that. You can watch some kids dance, and you can do that, or just stroll around and look at art downtown. It's really quite gorgeous every weekend that we do this.
And is FAFO going to have a booth there for if people have questions about FAFO and everything that?
Yep, so the information
handout.
booth is right near Citizen Circle, actually right next to Bank Street, the new bar. So if you're near the railroad tracks, you should be able to find us. So
Oh, that's
information.
perfect.
And you picked a better weekend. This weekend would not have been good. No. Had some rain coming.
So far, fingers crossed.
So far, next weekend looks good.
It's been gorgeous every weekend.
Yeah, it's
that
really
we've done
nice
it.
right
So
now.
And Jessi, is your business going to be represented there too?
Oh, Magnolia Art Exchange.
Yes.
So we're just getting ourselves ready to do our Artini, and we've got our new artists in there this month. So we're we just started ordering all of the equipment and everything. So just prepping that. So we'll be attending, but we don't have a space there yet because we're just getting ourselves together.
So is it teeny art, or is it
Artini?
Is it
I mean, it's
tiny little art?
no, the art's not too small. The martinis will be small, but that's because you can roam around and taste them and have multiple. There's 5 Artini stations.
Nice.
5 martini stations. Yeah, with Van Gogh Vodka sponsoring that, and they're so delicious. I mean, that stuff it's been sitting in Barbara's house, and we're all like, you need to leave it in your house because it won't be there for the party. That's what everyone said.
So FAFO is a week from tomorrow
Yes.
for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. And what are the hours?
10 to 5.
Oh, excellent.
And the website, fafo.org, right? Org? Okay. Summer, good to see you again. Summer
to see
Gill,
you.
thank you for coming in and doing this. And, of course, Jessi Miller, thank you. And go to the website for Ocala Magazine, which is...
OcalaMagazine.com.
All right. Or pick up a copy. That's even better.
You'll see the emerging artist winner in the magazine when everybody else gets to see after the announcement.
Oh, fabulous. Good job.
We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm a comfort keeper. I spend a few hours each week caring for seniors in their homes to lend a hand or just be there when they need me.
Being a comfort keeper is a rewarding and fulfilling career. Comfort keepers provide non-medical in-home care and companionship